Happy spring, everyone. You wouldn't know by the snow outside, but indoors it's not snowing, so that means it's time for Free Tip Friday. So today what we're going to do is we're going to work with the wedges a little bit, the shorter wedge shots, those 50, 60 yarders. Big difference between the tour player and the average player. Doc, what do we usually see with our average player?
Yeah, they'll take their club that, let's say they hit maybe 80 yards, and then they'll just make a smaller swing, or they'll make like a lighter swing. Yeah, so they'll just take their regular setup, kind of make a long swing, maybe just take a little bit off of it, launch it up in the air, and just, trying to smooth it out a little bit. And you can see there as I launched that at 37.4 degrees.
Okay, and the average, tour player average is what for a 60-degree wedge?
Usually you've got 28 degrees.
28 degrees launch.
Yeah,
Okay.
so and the reason that is if you can control the flight of it better, and you can get more spin, not less. People have this idea that the higher you launch it, you're going to get more spin, but in reality is there's an optimal launch angle for that, and research has shown that that's roughly about 28 degrees.
Yeah, and those guys are pretty good out there with their wedges.
Pretty impressive. Yeah, and you'll see that actually, if anything, you see that lower too than you do higher, meaning like a guy like Zach Johnson hits his 80-yard wedge shot with a 60-degree wedge, and he's launching that at roughly 25 degrees and getting like 10,000 rotations of spin.
Wow, that'll control it.
Yeah.
Well, why don't you show us what the average player should do and try to
Yeah, so
accomplish
this
a
would
lower piercing ball flight, controlling it with a wedge.
And you want to go at it more like a punch shot. So I think there's lots of different ways to hit a punch shot, but I think probably for the golfers at home, the easiest way is just to move the ball back in their stance a little bit. So maybe if you kind of consistently put it off your right ear, and then when you move it back in your stance, that's going to shift the path somewhat out to the right. So you counter that by slightly opening your stance.
Okay.
And then now as I swing, I'm just going to really hold off the follow through and abbreviate that and lean a little left. So I caught that one a little high on the face, so it launched a little bit higher than I normally do. And but you can see there that the lower the launch, and that I have higher spin.
Higher spin, correct. So, recapping on that, to hit some short wedge shots, and again, we got anywhere between 50, 70 yards, and obviously a little bit lower too. So we want to play a little bit further back in our stance, right? Off your right ear. I like that right ear. I really like it. Back in our stance.
Open up.
We're going to open up your stance a little bit, lean a little bit forward, and then hit that little punch shot. Good tip there, bud.
Thanks.
We'll see you next week. Free Tip Friday.